My name is Dr. Tatenda Mavetera. I am the first Vice President of the Youth Caucus. I'm from Zimbabwe. Pan-African Parliament is an institution which was made to make sure that it advances African issues on a continental level. It was also created so that we can then create a One Africa with one voice, whereby we speak with issues concerning the African continent wholesomely, and we all agree on how best we can then be able to achieve peace, security within Africa. Indeed, Pan-African Parliament, its establishment also made the realization of making sure that there is a women's caucus and also a youth caucus. They are there to make sure that we pursue women's interests and also youth interests. We have realized that youth and women have been greatly marginalized in the whole of Africa, and there's great need for us to make sure that we have got a special emphasis when it comes to women and youth. And what we need to do and understand is that we need to walk wholesomely and say to ourselves, how best can we make sure that as Africa we become the Africa that we want? Agenda 2063 is very clear. It speaks about having an Africa we want, and we believe that the youth are a strong demographic dividend which needs to be able to contribute towards making sure that Africa achieves what it wants to achieve. And indeed, as the Youth Caucus, we have also realized that it is quite important for us to look at pursuing women and also young people also getting into governance issues. It's quite important that we continue having a lot of young people, a lot of women also occupying certain positions of power. It's not a secret that politics has been greatly dominated by men, but the moment that we continue engaging, that means that we're going to be having more women and also more youth also getting all these positions of power. Let me also be able to highlight and hasten to say that Pan-African Parliament has got a 50-50 gender parity inclusion agenda that it has, and we realize it even on their bureau. We have got 2 women and we've got 2 men. Already that shows that they are quite proactive when it comes to gender inclusivity and also having a 50-50 agenda. So in this, what we need to continue enhancing is for us to have a better Africa. We need to make sure that we pursue having a one Africa. We need not to be divided by all these geographical backgrounds, but what needs to unite us is that we're all Africans and we need to speak with one voice. I remember very well that the likes of Kenneth Kaunda went on and they were saying that they wanted a one Africa. And in that way, they managed to pursue it. And this is where we have a Parliament of Africa, which is an organ of AU, whereby we need to speak with one voice and need to pursue the women's agenda, the youth agenda, and indeed the African agenda.